The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a copyrighted document. To access it, you must purchase it from the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA. You can buy a copy of the NEC online from their website. The NEC mandates dedicated circuits for both garbage disposals and dishwashers. This means each appliance needs its own circuit that doesn't supply power to any other loads. There is an exception, which is if the garbage disposal and the dishwasher are on the same circuit and the circuit is protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter, also known as a GFCI. However, generally speaking, no other outlets or devices can be on the same circuit as a garbage disposal or dishwasher. These appliances have high current draw. Adding other loads to the same circuit could easily overload it, leading to trip breakers or potentially hazardous situations. If you need to add additional outlets or power other devices, the solution is to install a completely new circuit. This new circuit must be wired back to the electrical panel with its own dedicated breaker. Let's delve further into why dedicated circuits are essential for appliances like dishwashers and garbage disposals and what the NEC specifies. Firstly, dedicated circuits prevent overloading. Dishwashers and garbage disposals are motor-driven appliances that consume a significant amount of electricity, especially during startup. When a motor starts, it can draw several times its running current. If other devices are on the same circuit, the surge can easily overload the circuit, causing the breaker to trip. Secondly, dedicated circuits minimize nuisance tripping. Even under normal operation, a dishwasher or garbage disposal can draw a substantial amount of current. Adding other loads to the same circuit increases the likelihood of the breaker tripping, which can be frustrating, especially if it happens frequently. Thirdly, dedicated circuits reduce the risk of voltage drops. When multiple devices on the same circuit draw a lot of current, the voltage can drop, affecting the performance of the appliances. A dedicated circuit ensures that the dishwasher and garbage disposal receive the voltage they need to operate efficiently. Fourthly, dedicated circuits enhance safety. Overloaded circuits can overheat, increasing the risk of fire. Dedicated circuits reduce the risk of overloading, making the electrical system safer. The NEC specifies the minimum wire gauge and breaker size for these circuits. Typically, a 120 volts, 20 amp circuit with number 12 American wire gauge, or AUG, copper wire is recommended for both dishwashers and garbage disposals. However, always consult the appliance manufacturer's instructions and the local electrical code for specific requirement. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are crucial for circuits serving wet locations such as kitchens and bathrooms. A GFCI detects even small imbalances in current, which could indicate a ground fault, and quickly cuts off the power to prevent electrical shock. If the dishwasher and garbage disposal are on the same circuit, a GFCI is typically required. The NEC also addresses the placement of receptacles serving dishwashers and garbage disposals. Receptacles for dishwashers are often located in the adjacent cabinet, while receptacles for garbage disposals are typically located under the sink. These receptacles must be readily accessible for servicing. When installing a new circuit, it's essential to follow all NEC guidelines and local electrical codes. This includes proper wiring methods, grounding, and bonding. It's also important to use the correct type of cable and connectors. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it's best to hire a qualified electrician to do the work. They will ensure that the installation is safe and compliant with all applicable codes. Let's consider some examples. Suppose you have an existing kitchen circuit that serves several countertop receptacles. You want to install a new dishwasher. According to the NEC, you cannot simply tap into this existing circuit to power the dishwasher. You must install a new, dedicated circuit from the electrical panel to the dishwasher location. This new circuit should be protected by a 20 amps breaker and wired with number 12 AWG copper wire. Now, suppose you want to add a new receptacle under the sink for a garbage disposal. Again, you cannot tap into an existing circuit. You must install a new, dedicated circuit from the electrical panel to the garbage disposal location. This new circuit should also be protected by a 20 amps breaker and wired with number 12 AWG copper wire. If you want to put both appliances on one circuit, it needs to be GFCI protected. Remember, electrical codes can vary depending on your location. Always consult the local electrical code and the NEC for specific requirements. It's also important to stay up to date on any code changes. The NEC is updated every 3 years, so it's important to have the latest edition. Installing dedicated circuits for dishwashers and garbage disposals is essential for safety and performance. It prevents overloading, minimizes nuisance tripping, reduces the risk of voltage drops, and enhances safety. By following the NEC guidelines and local electrical codes, you can ensure that your electrical system is safe and reliable. Let's also consider the practical implications of not following these guidelines. Imagine a scenario where a homeowner decides to ignore the NEC requirements and connects their new dishwasher to an existing kitchen circuit. This circuit already serves several countertop receptacles, a microwave, and a refrigerator. During the dishwasher's wash cycle, all these appliances are running simultaneously. The total current draw exceeds the circuit's capacity, causing the breaker to trip repeatedly. The homeowner becomes frustrated and replaces the 15 amps breaker with a 20 amps breaker, thinking this will solve the problem. However, this is a dangerous move. The wiring in the circuit is not designed to handle 20 amps continuously. The wiring overheats, eventually causing a fire inside the wall. This fire could have been prevented by simply installing a dedicated circuit for the dishwasher. In another scenario, a homeowner connects their garbage disposal to an existing circuit that also serves a GFCI protected receptacle in the bathroom. Every time the garbage disposal is turned on, the GFCI trips, cutting off power to the bathroom receptacle. This is because the garbage disposal is creating a slight imbalance in the current, which the GFCI detects. The homeowner becomes annoyed and replaces the GFCI receptacle with a standard receptacle. Now, there is no ground fault protection in the bathroom, increasing the risk of electrical shock. This situation could have been avoided by installing a dedicated circuit for the garbage disposal. These examples illustrate the importance of following the NEC guidelines and local electrical codes. Electrical safety should always be a top priority. If you are unsure about any aspect of electrical work, it's best to consult with a qualified electrician. They can ensure that the installation is safe, code compliant, and meets your specific needs. In addition to the NEC, there are other resources available to help you learn about electrical safety. The Electrical Safety Foundation International, or SV, is a non-profit organization dedicated to promoting electrical safety. They offer a variety of educational materials, including brochures, videos, and online courses. Your local utility company may also offer electrical safety programs. These programs can provide valuable information about electrical hazards and how to prevent them. Remember, electricity is a powerful force that can be dangerous if not handled properly. Always take precautions when working with electricity. Wear appropriate safety gear such as rubber gloves and safety glasses. Never work on live circuits. Always turn off the power at the breaker before working on any electrical equipment. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician. They have the knowledge, skills, and experience to do the work safely and correctly. Electrical work can seem daunting, but with the right knowledge and precautions, you can safely install dedicated circuits for your dishwasher and garbage disposal. By following the NEC guidelines and local electrical codes, you can protect your home and family from electrical hazards. And remember, when in doubt, consult with a qualified electrician. They can provide expert advice and ensure that your electrical system is safe and reliable. Furthermore, consider the long-term benefits of adhering to these electrical codes. While installing a dedicated circuit might seem like an added expense initially, it can save you money and hassle in the long run. Firstly, it can prevent damage to your appliances. Overloaded circuits can cause appliances to malfunction or fail prematurely. By providing a dedicated circuit, you ensure that your dishwasher and garbage disposal receive the proper voltage and current, extending their lifespan. Secondly, it can reduce energy costs. Appliances that are not receiving the proper voltage can operate inefficiently, consuming more energy. A dedicated circuit ensures that your appliances operate at their optimal efficiency, saving you money on your electricity bill. Thirdly, it can increase the value of your home. A home with a well-maintained and code-compliant electrical system is more attractive to potential buyers. Installing dedicated circuits can be a worthwhile investment that increases the value of your property. Also, understand that the NEC is not just a set of rules and regulations. It is a living document that is constantly evolving to reflect the latest technological advancements and safety concerns. The NEC is developed by a committee of experts from various fields, including electrical engineers, contractors, inspectors, and manufacturers. They meet regularly to review and update the code based on new research, field experience, and public input. The goal of the NEC is to provide a comprehensive set of standards for the safe installation and maintenance of electrical systems. By following the NEC, you can ensure that your electrical system is safe, reliable, and up to date. In addition to the NEC, there are other standards and certifications that you may encounter when dealing with electrical equipment. Underwriters Laboratories, or UL, is a non-profit organization that tests and certifies electrical product. A UL listing indicates that a product has been tested and meets certain safety standards. The Canadian Standards Association, or CSA, is another organization that tests and certifies electrical products for the Canadian market. When purchasing electrical equipment, look for a UL or CSA listing to ensure that the product is safe and reliable. Also, local jurisdictions often have their own amendments to the NEC. It is extremely important to check with your local municipality to see if anything has changed or been added from the current NEC. These local laws have jurisdiction over what is allowed in your region. This may change from city to city or from county to county depending on where the project is.